Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video today. My name's Jackie Wencher with Cruise Planners, and I wanted to give you a brief video about cruising in Alaska with Princess Cruise Lines and all of the tips and tricks that I learned while I was there just a few weeks ago. Um, the first thing is the cruise season for Alaska is May through September. So if you're planning your travel, those are the months that you're going to want to travel. All of the ports actually shut down for the other months, so they're not even going to be open and available. There's lots of cruise lines you can take through Alaska. Princess, which is the one I went on, and that's the one that I'm going to talk the most about today. Holland America, Silver Seas, Norwegian, Oceania, Carnival, Celebrity, and Royal Caribbean. So you have lots of options when you're going through Alaska. The itinerary that I'm going to talk about today, or the one that we went on the Princess Emerald, was the Inside Passage. We had 4 stops. We stopped in Ketchikan, Alaska, Skagway, Alaska, Juneau, Alaska, and Victoria, British Columbia. And there is technically a 5th stop on that itinerary that's going through the Tracy Arm Fjord. But the boat doesn't actually stop at that location. You're just simply navigating through the glaciers. There is an opportunity to get off the boat onto a smaller boat and go through the glaciers in a little bit more detail. But if you don't want to spend that extra money, you can stay on your boat and either stay in your room or go up to the deck or get a nice dining room table and you can get the views from there. The first thing that I wanted to comment on is the boarding process. Princess Cruise Lines does have a scheduled boarding time that you're supposed to get in. Ours was 2 o'clock, but I found that even if you get there early or late, they're going to let you get on whenever you get there. They're just trying to space out the amount of times you get there. We got there about 1:30, so about a half hour prior to what our scheduled boarding time was, and we literally just ran straight through the lines. We didn't stop at any of the lines. So we were on the boat, I would say, within 15 minutes of getting to the dock. One suggestion that I would have is to check the pier that you're going to be at, depending on what ship you're boarding. Check and see if there's anything free that day that you're boarding or that you're disembarking, because when we were there, there was an awesome ship that we could have toured. I'm trying to think of what the name of the ship was, and it's slipping my mind right now. But we really wanted to go board it, and we were actually going to do it before we got on to Princess Emerald. But by the time we got over there, we found out that there was a long wait to get on, and the tour was going to take a certain amount of time. It was like an hour-and-a-half tour, and that wouldn't have been worked for our embarkation time. So check and see if there's anything that's free or going on the pier prior to your sailing time, and make sure you get there earlier so you can take advantage of that. I would give Seattle Shuttle Company 100% 2 thumbs up. They were the best shuttle company to work with in Seattle. They were the best price by far. Their vans weren't in the best shape, but if that doesn't matter to you, then I would definitely go with Seattle Shuttle Company. They were easy to deal with. They showed up on time. They dropped us exactly where we needed to go. They gave us great recommendations of where to go. So Seattle Shuttle Company, I would definitely look at that if you were going out of Seattle. Also, we went ahead and stayed in a hotel in Seattle. We stayed at the Spring Hill Suites in Renton, Washington. So it's not exactly in Seattle. It was about a 18-minute drive to the pier, but it was totally worth it. It had free breakfast, an indoor pool for the kids, and a free shuttle to the airport. So it really helped for the day before and the day after we got off the shuttle. So on to the cruise. Just a few little tidbits and things to help you save money while you're on the cruise, or little things that you cannot see while you're on the Inside Passage cruise with Princess Cruise Lines. Again, we were on Princess Emerald. In terms of drink specials, we did not get the all-inclusive drink package. We don't drink all that much, so we didn't want to spend the money on it. We wanted to kind of see if we didn't buy the package, if we would spend as much with just buying drinks on our own. And we didn't. And the main reason we didn't is because we were able to find the 2-for-1 deals on the boat and other drink specials on the boat. So there's 3 drink specials I wanted to tell you about. When you're in when you're seeing a show in the evening, so if you're in the theater in the evenings, they always have, at least they did in 2018, they had buy one, get one for $1 wine. So any wine you wanted to drink, you could buy one and get one for $1. So that's a great deal. Also at 10:30 every day on the boat, there is a certain bar that you can find that has buy one, get one for $1 drinks, any drinks. So that's from 10:30 to 11:30 every evening on the boat. And then on our one of our formal evenings, I believe it was the first formal evening, they did offer limoncello shots in the dining room areas. They brought them around to your table, and it was $3. But that was a good price for the shot, but also it came with a really cute little commemorative shot glass, and you got to pick your color. So that's a great deal. So you'll save money on that too. Some things that I wanted to remind you to bring when you're going to Alaska. In terms of the weather, I didn't know how to dress. I really didn't. It took me hours and hours to pack for me, my husband, and my 2 kids because the weather was really nice in some ports and the weather was a lot chillier in other ports. So I would say bring pants and t-shirts or short sleeves for every port. And then just bring layers. Bring a sweatshirt that you could wear even every day if you needed to. Bring a jacket that you can wear. I would bring hat and gloves and a coat because there are maybe a light jacket. There are ports that are colder than others. So the hat and the gloves isn't going to take much room. I think if you just have one of your warmer jackets, that would be fine too, and that won't take as much room. If you're looking at booking an inside room versus a balcony room, I would 100% recommend getting a balcony room. I am all about saving money. I'm always going to be the one to tell you that you should get an inside stateroom because you're going to spend most of your time out on the ship and in the ports doing stuff anyways. So we had an interior room, but I do regret and wish that I had gotten a balcony room. That reason being is because when you are sailing through Tracy Arm Fjord, you can see that from your room and not have to worry with hassle with the crowds that are on the decks or in the dining rooms that are trying to get a glimpse of the sea life and the glaciers that are going by. So definitely, if you're going to splurge on any of your vacations, splurge on this one. Get a balcony room or at least a room with a window. If you're going to get a balcony, I do want to tell you that the balconies in 12, 13, and 14 have roofs. So even if it's raining, which a lot of time in Alaska it's raining, you can stand out on your balcony and still watch the scenery as it goes by. The balconies below that, 11 and below, they're not going to have roofs. So 1, you're going to get rained on, and 2, everybody that's above you with the covered balconies can see onto your balcony. So we were totally watching a guy on his balcony that didn't have a shirt on and maybe should have had a shirt on. So think about that. People can see you from above. I would recommend bringing a blanket or a shawl. If you do a shawl, you can wear it in the evenings for dinner and kind of dress up your outfit. You can pretty much dress up anything if you have a nice, cute black shawl. But also bring a blanket because you can sit out on the deck and watch movies. During the day or at night, they play movies almost all day long. Sometimes it gets chilly and it's not going to be warm enough to watch the movie. So definitely pack a small blanket and you won't regret that. In terms of packing clothes and outfits for dinner, they do have 2 formal dinners on the boat, and they do say that you need to have formal clothes on. The men need to have a jacket and tie, and women need to be in a formal dress. I would say that policy is definitely lax. I got dressed up for the formal nights because that's what I like to do. I think it's fun, and I think you should do because it's nice to get dressed up every once in a while. But on the other nights, you can wear what you wore all day during the day. Maybe slip on some really fancy earrings or, like I said, put a shawl around you. But they're going to let you into the dining room. You're not going to feel out of place. I definitely wouldn't bring more than 3 or 4 extra outfits that are specifically for dinner, but you could get away with just bringing your 2 outfits for the formal nights. There is, for the ladies on the boat, there is a high tea every day from 3:15 to 4:15, and that is just kind of a really cool event where you get to meet other women. You can go with the ladies that you're cruising with. You can go by yourself, but you just go to the dining room. They serve tea. They serve cute little sandwiches and delicious little dessert bites. It's just a great little relaxing thing to do in the afternoon. And I met some really awesome people. There are men at the high tea too, so don't be afraid to go there if you want to do that, gentlemen, with your ladies. But it is mostly women, and it's just a great opportunity. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, while you're on the boat, there is always an adult only pool on the boat. You just have to find it. I know on the Princess Emerald you had to go into the spa to get to the adult only pool, but it was totally worth it. I dropped my kids off at Kids Club, went over to the spa, and then into the pool with my husband, and we just kind of hung out all day and got away from the kids that were on the boat. So I hope that you consider a cruise to Alaska, and if you are considering a cruise to Alaska, I hope you consider using me as your travel agent. I can look for some great deals for you for Alaska or any destination, actually. So if you're interested, email me at jacqueline.wincher@cruiseplanners.com, and I will get you started on your dream vacation.